Welcome back to the channel where we break down real estate in Nigeria in the most practical way possible. Today, we are diving into land banking in Nigeria, a strategy that has made some people millions and cost others everything. Before we introduce our guests for today, let me quickly give two scenarios on land banking, the story of Mr. Jerry and Mr. Kolu. Mr. Kolu and the too good to be true deal. Mr. Kolu was so eager to get into land banking. He has heard stories of how people buy land in the outskirts of Abuja and make millions later. Mr. Kolu was eager to get into land banking. He had heard stories of people buying land cheap on the outskirts of Abuja and flipping it years later for massive profits. One day, a sharp agent brought a deal. Sir, this land is going for 800k. But in 2 years, it will be worth 5 million. No documentation, no proper verification, just a receipt and a promise. And if you guys remember in our last video, we said when it comes to land, when it is not documented, it doesn't exist. Mr. Kolu didn't check the land title. He didn't ask for CFO, he didn't ask for RFO, he didn't even ask for any title on the land. He visited the land, he didn't even visit with a surveyor. He didn't verify ownership with the local authorities. He didn't do anything. Because it was 800k and the promises of the agent, he paid immediately. Fast forward 8 months later, he went back to inspect his investment and met bulldozers on the site. Turns out the land has been allocated to a government housing project. The agent had sold the same land to multiple people. The community disowned the transaction. Because he didn't do all these things, he lost his entire investment, no longer standing to reclaim the land. He spent additional money trying to fight a case he couldn't win. We thought Mr. Kolu's home was bad, right? Wait and hear Mr. Jerry's home. Now, Mr. Jerry took a slightly different route from Mr. Kolu. He didn't buy from an agent, he bought directly from a family. Sounds safer, right? You'll get the shock. The family told him, "We are the original owners of this land. Our grandfather owned everything here." And he was convinced alone by that. So he paid for the land 2.5 million naira and got a written agreement signed by one family member. Here's what he didn't do. He didn't confirm that all principal families consented. He didn't involve a lawyer. He didn't even check for existing disputes on the land. 2 years later, as development started increasing in the area, another faction of the same family showed up. "Oga, we did not sell for you." And they decided to stake their claim on the land. The person who sold this land to you had no authority. Shock, right? But someone actually signed the agreement, right? Well, this land belonged to all of us. What followed was messy. And you know how family matter is, especially in Nigeria. Messy. Land became tied up in a family dispute. Construction had to stop immediately. I mean, he cannot meet up with the deadline anymore. He was asked to rebuy the land from other family member. And note, he already paid 2.5 million to buy from the first person. But because he didn't note that all other family consented, he's in trouble. He started facing threats and intimidation on site. They even put sham on the land. And you know Nigeria now, you know how we are with sham. If you see it, you cannot go and start. There was problem again and again. You should either pay or walk away from the land entirely. Can you imagine that? Well, we've all heard the story of Mr. Kolu and Mr. Jerry, right? I mean, it's a sad one. It's something that could have been avoided. Because at Tessie Homes, we have a number of people that are interested in land banking, but then there's confusion, misinformation, and unfortunately losses. To help us break this down, to understand what exactly land banking is, and to clear the confusion that is on land banking, and for us not to be like Mr. Kolu and Mr. Jerry, we have here with us a registered estate surveyor and valuer and a project manager at Advocates Realty and Global Services, ESV Toshuku Nkolo. A seasoned real estate expert who understands the Nigerian land system inside out. ESV Toshuku, welcome to the channel.
It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. Now let's go back to the basic. ESV Toshuku, You've been in this land business for years. I mean, as a project manager of Advocate Realty and Global Services, you know a lot of things that people are going through and how the land system works in Nigeria. So, when people hear land banking, what is it supposed to mean? Like, can you break it down for beginners that don't know what land banking is so they can know what exactly is land banking in Nigeria?
Okay. When we talk about land banking, it actually it can imply a lot of things to different people. But
Okay.
to get a basic, so to get a better understanding, you can say that land banking is actually a high yielded investment in
Okay.
Nigeria, whereby people buy undeveloped lands in a rapid developing locations,
Okay.
hold it over time for time, infrastructure, and demand to lift its value, then having the option to sell it, lease it, or for future development.
Wow. Why is it so attractive?
Oh, it is very attractive because of the return on investments, because of you know it gives you the leverage to do all the things, and also has low cost of management or maintenance.
Now, Nigerians like duration when they want to do something. So, realistically speaking, what or how will you say the duration of land banking should be?
A minimum of 5 years to 15 years. I know some persons would maybe want to hear me say 3 years to 5 years, but no. People that are looking forward to maybe invest and maybe get their returns from 3 years to 5 years, that one is is befitting to call them land flipping. But when you're talking about land banking, it's very, very long term. So it has to be from 5 years to 15 years. Yeah.
So that's like there's a difference between land flipping
Yeah.
and land banking.
Good. Yes.
And
Yes.
a lot of people they try to mistake the two of them.
Exactly.
So you're saying to do land banking or the real when you want to have real return in land banking, you should be between 5 to 10 years.
5 to 15 years. Yeah.
Okay. So breaking down Mr. Kolu's story, in Mr. Kolu's case, the deal was cheap, fast, and undocumented. What are the biggest red flag in deals like that that people tend to ignore?
Oh, there are actually a lot of red flags, and having listening to the story, at some point I felt like crying for Mr. Akolu because it's so disheartening that somebody just got you into the purchase of lands that you did not take your time to do your due diligence, make your findings, and you were just so bold and trusting the person immediately to pay such amount to him because he told you that in 2 years' time it's going to appreciate to 5 million. But then these are the things people need to take into consideration. Number one, the title document, due diligence. Try to be sure that the verification of those documents are intact.
Okay.
And how do you do this verification? You go to the land registry. In every state, there are places where document of land is being checked. Like in Abuja here now, we have AGIS, which is the Abuja Geographical Information System. It's a place whereby all the land entries, you can find them. So once you go there, you can do your due diligence. Find, is this thing captured in the system? So if you go there, they will now give you everything. And in that AGIS, they have different departments as well. They have the urban and regional planning, whereby you can as well still get to know if this particular part is in compliance with the government zoning. But I think this has to be for another time.
Thank you so much. Okay, so how is land banking different from buying to build now?
Okay, land banking is different from buying to build. Why? Because even the name itself has already explained it. You're buying to wait, just more like people going to bank want to save their money. They keep it there till maybe whenever they want to use it. But in a situation whereby you're buying to build immediately, or it shouldn't take up to 5 months or thereabout, because definitely the company itself will tell you, hey, please, you don't get to leave our land fallow like this. You need to start up something. They will have to push you. But if the purpose is for land banking, you have to take your time, because you are buying to wait to get your return on investment, waiting for development to come to that area.
Wow. So, as a beginner, would you rather buy land or house as an investment, and why?
As a beginner, honest speaking, you have to buy land. Why? There's if you should say that you want to go buy a house, number one, you need a huge capital to
Yeah.
start with. And already the name, you're beginner, right? So for that reason, you need to look for, emerging locations where you can buy land so that over time it can appreciate. It's more like a story of a particular woman that was the year 2013. This woman, somebody talked to her about buying a land in Gusape. This woman was told that the plot of land then was about 5 million.
Oh,
Good. As at then, it's actually having some value though. But she bought that land as at that time, 2013. And in the year 2023, the value of that land was as good as 90 million naira. She herself, she couldn't believe that the land could appreciate. So why am I saying this? As a beginner, she might not have the whole money to maybe want to build a house. Because without 5 million, I believe that even though she buy land, she cannot build a house with it. But she was so wise enough to buy the land, and just imagine the time frame. She bought the land. She also have a time to be doing other things, and now the value of the land has appreciated. So over the years as well, she might as well still get herself into doing business and also be making more money for herself. So for me, I'm going to advise people: you go to buy a land instead of a house.
wow. Thank you. Okay, so we hear terms like C of O, survey plan, R of O, FCDA approval, government consent. Can you break this down in simple terms so even a first time land buyer can understand what to look out for, especially when going into land banking?
Okay, very well. Starting with C of O, the name implies C of O. What does it mean? Certificate of occupancy. So C of O is actually a statutory document issued and signed by the governor, the sitting governor, or perhaps in Abuja now, the FCT minister.
Yes.
So it gives you the it's more like a freehold interest. It gives you the outright interest that okay, this land is certified that you have the ownership. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Certification of ownership. So that C of O, it if you watch, it has a duration of 99 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the freehold interest there. It gives you that grace of owning the land there. Then when you talk of arrow of O is a bit, in fact, it's not a bit, it's lesser than C of O. You need to have your R of O, and it's with your R of O that is what you use to process your C of O.
Okay.
So, what does R of O implies? It is right of occupancy. So, it's just giving you the right to occupy. That does not certify you to be the owner yet.
Yeah.
So, it just gives you the right to use. So, now, having R of O, the implication there is that the government can come anytime and decide that I want to make use of this land. And because you are just having the title Harovo, there are chances that you might not be compensated. Yes. A typical story was the one that happened here in Abuja. I believe we know the one Wiki tried to revoke a army general's property there in Lifetime.
So that was trending.
Yeah, that was trending. It went viral. So the man was claiming he has a certificate and everything. Wiki told him, "You give me your CFO and everything. We need to see it. Be sure that your ground rent has been paid for over years and everything." But because of the power, upon them as well as maybe the military personnel and everything, but somehow they got it resolved. Do you understand? So what am I trying to say here is that having Harovo still give you some little chances to settle well in the land. It's not like Harovo is not a good title. It's a very good title. But having Harovo, you need to do something further, proceed to get your COO so that if anything should happen in the future, you should be able to have that entitlement of compensation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then you also made mention of governor's consent, right?
Yes.
Now, governor's consent, just as the name implies, governor's consent is to give the approval that a particular land is what is it has been given or allocated for what? For sale, or allocated to this particular person.
Mm.
Now, there are places whereby we know that the governor, like Wiki, you see how Wiki sometimes it gives land to friends, benefit. I don't know. There are some persons he can just allocate, maybe because of one or two transactions. He
Yeah.
can just maybe say, I'm giving you this particular plot.
Mhm.
So the governor's consent overrides order is still a very important title document, which overrides, any form of kind of, or let me say, it's kind of calm any kind of doubts or
Okay.
something, do you get?
Yeah.
So it's also a very important document to have, governor's consent. Then you talked about
Survey
Soviet
plan.
plan, very
Yeah.
important. That Soviet plan now, it is okay. Let me explain how the documents looks like so that people, whenever they are there, they can as well get to check it. Soviet plan is the plan that has the shape of the land itself.
Yeah.
It has the shape of the land, and the beacon numbers, the coordinates, is also, inscribed. It's been written on it.
Okay.
It shows the beacon numbers, and with that beacon numbers, that is what any intending buyer, if I want to do verification on this land, with those beacon numbers now, a surveyor can be able to tell that, okay, this land is located exactly at maybe a particular location in Mabuchi or maybe in Life Camp. But in a situation whereby people fail to take seriously with this Soviet plan, somebody can show you that, okay, this is your Soviet plan, this is your land. They will take you to Enugu and tell you that this is where your land is located. You will know that your land is even located in Kogi. Do you understand? It
Yeah.
becomes a problem. So with those coordinates, it's going to give a precision. It's going to give you a precise location that, okay, this is where your land is. And that is why it is important for you to also request for that your Soviet plan. Some persons will call it the TDP. Do you understand?
Yes.
So that's for that. And the last one you talked about is
I think that's all for that.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So for someone that wants to invest or to go into land banking, can you give them like three benefits of going into land banking?
Okay. If you say three benefits,
Or
starting
you
with
can give
one,
us more.
starting with one, high return on investment. That's the ROI.
Okay.
When we talk about high return on investment, remember from the definition, undeveloped land. That is to tell you that any person that is buying such land, you're buying it at a very cheap rate because development is yet to come into the place. So you buying that land and holding it over time, thereby making time, infrastructure, and development to lift up its value. That means you're going to sell it for a very good sum of money amount. Just like the story I talked about, the woman that bought land for how much? 5 million. And she was
Yeah,
able to
exactly.
sell it for 90 million. You can check the difference. It's a
Yeah.
whole lot of money. So it gives you a very high return on investment.
Mhm.
And when we talk about this um, uh, high return on investment, which is ROI, let me use our own site as an example. We have lands in Kuje,
Yeah.
and in the year 2023, December, November, December, that was when we bought that land. The land is about 5 hectares of land. And when we bought the land, we started in December to do the promo sale, that's the promo price.
Yeah.
And 300 square meters was selling for as low as 1.5 million, while 500 square meters was selling for 2.5 million. So when we were selling that, few people came to buy, but some persons we were sharing the idea with, the only thing they talked about, they say that, Kuje, is it not just about the only thing they know about Kuje is that there's prison, Kuje prison so that thought alone is trying to deter them from. But then some persons that saw the potential, the key in, and we allow the promo sale to last for about 4 months. Then we take it to the normal price, just addition of 500,000. But I told you that same year, which is 2024, That was when Wiki now came in and showed interest to develop Kuje.
Kuje, yeah.
And when that thing happens, the land appreciated within that space of time to that 300 square meters now is selling for 5 million.
Wow.
Yeah, while the what they call the 500 square meter is selling for 7 million. Why? Because a lot of when Wiki came, the government came into that location.
Yeah.
It attracted a lot of developers. Everybody started coming in to do what? To want to own a land in that place. So you can see what demand because of what urban expansion has caused in that particular location. So land banking is something that somebody must not underestimate at all. It really gives a very high return on investment. And I bet you those people that bought just within that year, even the same 2024, they are so glad that their value has really appreciated. Yeah.
Okay, so there's this misconception of who or the people that are supposed to go into land banking. Most people say it's people that have money or this. So can you tell us who and who can go into land banking?
Anybody can go into land banking, provided you're earning money. You know, because the idea there is that you earn money, but you might say that okay, you don't have a lot of money. But for the fact that yes, you earn money, you can go into it. When I say you earn money, you go into it. Individual, be you a civil servant, be you a businessman, any portfolio you find yourself, I tell you, you can actually go into land banking. And there's something which I suggest to people in terms of investments. One good thing is that you don't need to have the money all by yourself. For instance, now, if there is a land, okay, now let me use a site as an example. I said, okay, the 300 square meters is selling for 5 million, right?
Yeah.
You may not have the 5 million to come and buy, but you can join heads together with your colleagues in the office. For instance, now, if you guys have 5 in numbers, you can come together and maybe your salary is about, let me use 150,000. You're earning 150,000. You guys can decide to say that, okay, every month I'm going to bring 10% out of my salary, 15,000, so that it's not going to affect the rolling cost of their, the daily activities. So 10% out of it is 15,000. How many are they? There are 5. That is going to yield you about 75,000 naira. So every month you're saving up 75,000 naira. If you multiply 75,000 naira by 12, you find out that you're earning about how many millions, some good millions of naira.
Yeah.
So which you can now use. Then you can now maybe estimate and say that okay, with this initial deposit, you guys will pay it after 2 years. Then you complete it. Then I tell you, after 3-4 years, you guys can sell that land and you make a whooping sum of money for yourself. So you can see that it is actually for everybody. It's just about your determination and your decision that yes, you really want to do this. So that's that.
Okay, so what's the role of location in land banking?
The role of location, in fact, is the principal thing, because if somebody should just say that okay, because people are preaching land banking and you just want to go and invest in any place, you're already going into the wrong investment. Why? Because land banking, you need to have a strategic location for it to be viable. When I mean viable, you need to be profitable. Because if you see locations, I believe that there are some locations that till today, you still find those lands, they are still fallow. Development has not gone there for over 20 years. And it's still very possible that even in the next 10 years, development will not go there. So what are you going to do? You look into the determinants that makes land to do what? To that makes land to be called like it is in a strategic location. And what are these determinants? Number one is urban expansion. Find any location around any location that is around the busy center or within the city center. Those locations, nothing serious might be happening there. And this is more like one of the secrets in real estate, especially in land banking. Someone said that any city you find yourself, be it the richest city, you find yourself in that city, Spread your hands vertically and spin 360 degree. That is circumference, isn't it? So now, from that location you are standing, 30 minutes away, or let me say 1 hour drive or 30 minutes drive away from that location you're finding, will become part of that city in the next 10 years. And this is absolutely true, because one day this particular location is going to be filled up, to have limited plots, there will be more demand. What people will start doing, they'll start encroaching to those closer locations that are close by, for them to do what? To settle, just to feel like they're feeling among that particular place.
Yeah.
The same thing was what happened in Guzapi. Asokoro is designed to be the governor's center, where they have their governor's house. Most of the politicians reside there, and that triggers to have it triggers on when I mean high security in Asokoro. But much later, Asokoro started having a very limited plots because of the population, and because of the space, there is no much land there. So people, what they did was to do what? To start going to the neighboring place, the closest place, which is now what? Guzapi. So Guzapi people, and I tell you, everybody can testify, people will know the value of Guzapi now. So location is something that one needs to be very concerned about. And like I said, the determining factor to know strategic locations is the urban expansion within that location, and also the infrastructural growth happening there. Like in Kuje, which I shared now, Kuje was a neglected place, but when Wike came and started infrastructure, that road, people started trooping into Kuje because of what they knew. Now understand that the government has interest, and Kuje now is a very beautiful place. The same thing happens to Karasana. The renewed hope something is still there. So just look out for emerging locations and just try to get your ideas right.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much. So for someone listening now that wants to start land banking,
Okay.
what are the steps, or let me use this word, the checklist that they should follow before paying for any land?
Okay. Before paying for a land, first of all, you must have gone to the land to check where it is. If it is something you like, because that's what you need to start with. If it is something you like, the first thing you need to do, you go and verify the documents, so
Okay.
that you don't become a victim of Kulu and the other person. So you do
Yeah.
your verification, your due diligence, ensure that the land has a very good title document and it is registered in the land registry. So having confirming that, then you can now maybe you ensure that okay, now they write you the deed of assignment transferring ownership to you. You get your surveyor to confirm that okay, this particular plot they are locating to you, that is where it is located at.
Yeah.
Then having done all this due diligence, then you can now beat your chest and say okay, you make payments, get your receipts, and yeah.
Thank you so much for this. Well, speaking of the other person, our Mr. Jerry,
Okay.
what is the difference between family land and estates?
Okay, family land and estate land, just like you rightly said, family land is still within the family, still within the community,
Okay.
and as such, is still being treated as a communal land. When I mean a communal land, in the law, we have the statutory title, and we also have the customary title.
Customary title.
So every communal land is still being treated under the customary title. So, and there is a lot of things you need to do, just like Mr. Jerry, that allowed somebody to only one person to sign. The things that validate customary lands is number one, witnesses. You must have good witnesses of nothing less than 5 persons. That is they call them in Igbo umunna, or you call them the kingsmen. Ensure that these people, they are witnesses to that. And how you also confirm this, not just them, in the presence of the chief, they have a community head to testify that yes, these people knows about it, so that should in case, even though tomorrow everything seems more like a prank, because if you people are so mean to want to dupe somebody, they can just organize. Okay, you're insisting you want five witnesses, isn't it? They will just go and organize 5 persons, random persons, and tell them, okay, come and stand. But such kind of prank cannot be done in the presence of the chief, because if the chief should even permit search, if it backfires tomorrow, they will start from him.
Yeah, his name, his reputation.
Yes, they will start from him. So ensure you're having your witnesses on grounds, and also it is happening right there in the chief. Then everybody is going to sign. Once those things is done, it is now in your custody to do what? To take those lands, document further to do the necessary documentation in the land registry.
Wow. So all that stand from family land.
Good, yes.
But why is it that family land is still the most risky when someone wants to go into?
Okay, now, before 1976, when the Land Use Act was enacted, all lands, the practice goes through family. But ever since the Land Use Act came into law, started functioning, all lands is being vested upon the governor, vested in the head of state and everybody. So now it is now in the position of the governor or the minister to now say that to allocate any plot. So when you talk about the difference of communal land and estate land have passed through the process. Do you understand? Before it becomes estate, it has passed through the process. It is within, or the allocation is coming from the governor. The allocation is coming from the governor. Just like, let me use, and this thing has to do with, let me just use, in Abuja here, we have about how many 6 geopolitical zones? We have about 6. We have about 6, and one of them is Amak.
Yeah.
So if you watch in Abuja, some lands, they are Amak title documents.
Yes.
And some people, when they ask you, what title document is your land? They are scared. They want to tell you. If you tell them that it's Amak, some of them want to withdraw back.
Yes.
Why? Because they feel like, no, this thing has not, is not having weight.
There's no security.
Yes, there's no security. So that's just how it implies. That's communal land. That's how they see it. But does that make the Amak land to be ingenuine or maybe not worth it? No. The land is genuine. But just that Amak, those people, they need to do further processing of those documents. So things you now look out for is to ensure that those land has been regularized towards FCDA. You understand? So that's why some Amak land, you see the Amak land, but FCDA regularized.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So with those ones, it has been captured in the system that, okay, this land, the FCDA knows about it.
Yeah.
You understand? So with that, you're good to go.
So I think we can put that under costs beyond purchase.
Cost beyond purchase, if you can put it.
Yeah, after purchase, what other costs is required?
Okay, when we talk about other costs, there are actually some good cost that is required. So good cost. And starting with estate land, one of the costs that they call it move to site fee, or they call it excavation fee. Do you understand? They also have infrastructure fee. And these fees, for the public not to misunderstand them, because they might be asking, why is it that there's just so much fee?
Fees after purchase.
Good. That infrastructure fee covers the cost of putting that site into order, because when you talk about this land or estate land, most of these people they provide is more like site and services. And when we talk about site and services, it's more like an estate. The estate gives you the plan, puts the estate in order, while you build according to the prototypes that is being given to you.
Yes.
So this estate needs to provide you roads, they have to provide you drainage, they have to put the gates, the fence. So that infrastructural fee that you're paying is from that money that we used to provide those roads and everything,
the fence and everything.
So you see that is necessary, something that you need to pay.
Wow. So, for instance, if a dispute arises after purchase, is there a smart way to resolve it without losing everything?
It depends on the parties involved. There are some persons that would want to be reasonable. There are some persons that will be, very problematic, depending on the issue on ground, anyways. And when you talk about the parties, normally there are ways in which it can be resolved. You get an arbitrator. A
Okay.
person can stand on your behalf, and you guys they'll reason and check. Okay, your own concern, check the other person's concern, then maybe come to a compromise to find how to maybe resolve it. But when it is not forthcoming, that is when they file for a lawsuit, and maybe each person now may now get a lawyer to do what, to take it further. But the first step first, they can actually get an arbitrator to avoid any lawsuits. So the person can actually get to solve whatever issue it is there.
For someone that is ready to go into land banking and doesn't want to be like Mr. Kolu or Mr. Jerry, or for someone that doesn't want to like make mistakes and lose their money, what professional do you think they should meet in order for them to avoid the unnecessary problems?
Consult a real estate expert, and
Wow.
that is why Tesla Homes is there for them. You know, uh, Anybody that wants to go into this land banking, once you consult an estate expert, a real estate expert, you have solved 90% of your problems, because that company is going to take the other problems you will need to face. So just go to a real estate expert, and it's going to help you to solve others.
Okay, so final question. If you had to give just one piece of advice to someone about to buy land this year, what would it be? Uh, Before that, what areas in Abuja do you think is suitable for land banking for beginners or for people that already have capital and want to, invest in prime locations, not just beginners?
Good, just like you said, beginners and people that have the capital. So there's a place for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a place for everybody. For prime locations, you have your capital intact. Then the most profitable places for you to go to first, to go to Katape Extension. The reasons why, because you're going to check about the urban expansion. And if you check the activities happening in Katape Extension, I bet you can equate it to that of Guzape and Asokoro, because of how beautiful, how luxurious that particular location is. So it's a place that you wouldn't want to mix. And if you also check the value of properties in that place, I mean the building itself is ranging from nothing about, let me say, nothing less than seven. The least you can maybe find 700 million. That is a detached,
A job
duplexes
players.
to
Yeah.
1.5 billion, depending. So you can see that you're buying a space like a land there, and having builds, you build in that particular place, you can be able to sell it in a very good value and get your return. Then when you talk about other prime locations, you kind of as well find maybe Apo, Karasana. Then developing areas, you find Kuje, you find Karo, you find Apu Tafi and all the locations. All those places, they are fast developing, and it's a place whereby when you invest your money, you're going to get your return on investment as soon as possible. It's not a thing that anybody going into it is going to regret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think another issues that usually arises is Nigerians in the diaspora.
Okay.
Whenever they want to maybe get property, they push money home and then they come back home and there's nothing to write home about. So when you want to, okay, let's speak to the Nigerians in the diaspora now.
Okay.
If they want to get property, what should they do? What are the right way to follow? I mean, you could give your brother money and the next thing you're coming, your brother is living the big man's life. There's so many stories like that.
Yeah.
And there is nothing, absolutely nothing that is that shows their investments. So for the Nigerians in the diaspora that want to invest in real estate in Nigeria, what do you think they should do? Or that wants to go into land banking, what do you think they should do?
Wow, that's a very thoughtful question. Now, to the Nigerians out there and to those in diaspora, the things you need to do. First of all, before I go into this, let me give an insightful experience. There's a client, or should I call him a prospect?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he based abroad, UK precisely. So he wanted to, we were pitching him about getting Kuje. So what he did was to contact me on video call, to be sure, Then having he contacted me, we talked on video call. He told me to send him the location, the map.
Yeah.
So that location has the map routes and everything.
Mhm.
While we were on video call, he was even showing me the roads to the place, our estate. That is it this place? I said no, just down there. So you can see that this person is somebody that, the digital age we are now has made everything to be, more easy for us. It is time people out there, both in diaspora, to embrace this digital age, things that is happening. So that's like that client now, that prospect. I was really so, I was delighted. I was so happy about what really happened because he was trying as much as possible to do what avoid stories. Now, this is not the story from his brother because, just like you rightly said, some brothers or relatives cannot be trusted. Giving them
At
money, they will just go and squander it and tell you, "Oh, your house is ready. Your house is ready." Don't worry. When you come, you mix up a lot of
they'll be giving you
stories.
AI generated
Do you understand?
pictures.
Honestly, it's very painful. So, what people need to do out there, please embrace your tool, your working tool, like the use of your phone, the use of your map, the use of all those Google app and all the things is going to help you get to see those things. And even when your brother say that he's doing something there, you can make up a video call. Be sure that okay, this thing is happening there. You understand? You also talk with the owner of the company. Be sure that okay, this thing has been purchased. Even the receipt, let them send you, scan a copy,
Yeah.
sent to you, so that it's not going to just be just him. Then also request for the deed of assignment. Be sure that ownership has been transferred to you. You want to see them, let it be scanned to you. So by so doing, I believe that such people will avoid that,
Yeah. And they should make sure that they use a reputable estate firm.
exactly, use a reputable estate firm. Using a reputable estate firm is one thing. Then also doing a critical supervision towards that is another thing.
Yeah.
Because a reputable estate firm can actually do their own job by
Mhm.
ensuring that your title document, everything, the land is original and they are
Yeah.
securing your interest. But now, what about if the brother or the person that, because it is not you yourself, I mean you're abroad,
Yeah.
you didn't meet this reputable firm yourself.
Mhm.
What
Mhm.
about the brother whom you entrusted with your money
Mhm.
did not even meet this reputable firm at all? That's something to start with.
Audio reputable
Do you
firm.
understand? What's your reputable firm? So that's why you need to be sure. Okay, once the thing has with the name on the receipt, having be
Mhm.
sure that okay, this person has come to this company, you can now browse and check. Okay, you see that those people they are very competent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been outstanding over time. Then
Mhm.
you know that you can now have a chill pill to rest.
Okay, so that brings us to the final question. If you are to advise or just give one piece of advice to someone about to buy land this year, what would it be?
One piece of advice: if you want to
Yeah.
buy land this year,
Uh-huh.
once that statement comes in, like you want to buy land this year, that's to say that you have the money. The thing I'll tell you: don't procrastinate. Be you the man or even be you the lady, because some ladies will say that after all my husband is going to do that, my money is not for such investments, they will use it for hair vacations, everything, frivolous lifestyle. You can as well still buy land. Don't say that it's just about the man. You buy it, hold it, the title to yourself. There's a joy that it gives you. You understand? So that, don't procrastinate or say tomorrow, because you don't even know what tomorrow will bring up. Do you understand? Then another advice, very important, it's not just about buying land or going into land banking. After buying that land, please go into possession. When I mean go into possession, do something. Let it be established that something has been done. It could be, if it's an estate land, go and set up your beacon, or maybe do a dwarf, or maybe up to DPC. Then you can now leave it. Why? Because in the land law, they say that after the purchase of land, you do what? Move into possession.
Yeah.
If you fail to move into possession, there are so many disputes that may arise, and there's something they call advanced possession. Somebody else might encroach, and because you feel like you have your title to yourself, you stayed over years, and you're coming in to say that somebody is sitting on your land,
Yeah.
you may lose that land. The law recognizes that any person, and in fact, let me just say there is a maxim for it, and that maxim is in pari delicto poto est conditio possidendi. That means that people that are, parties that are faulty, maybe in land transactions, the person in possession have a stronger claim.
Yeah.
So now, if those two parties now are in that situation, and that maybe they have a lawsuit, and the court wants to judge, it will definitely be in the favor of the person that has what moved aside.
Yeah.
So I'm encouraging you people out there. Number one, don't procrastinate. Number two, having buying your land, try as much as possible to do what? Move to possession. How you can also move to possession, you can do it through the real estate experts. By what? Pay your excavation fee. That is where your excavation fee comes in, because they will now help you to do what? Do the setting out according to the prototype of that plot which you have bought. Remember, when I talk about prototype, every building has its design. You might have maybe bought 4-bedroom detached duplex or 3-bedroom terrace. So that design, the company is going to ensure that the engineer is going to do what? Plant exactly that design on the ground, so that you don't deter the shape or size of the building. So that's it.
Thank you so much, yes, Victor Shuko. I think the people watching are so happy to hear this from you, and it's really insightful. Even for me, I think I've learned a lot. So thank you so much for being here on the channel with us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Well, lesson from Mr. Kolu's story and Mr. Jerry's story. For Mr. Kolu, if it's cheap, rush. Please, verification is everything. In land banking, verification is everything. And for Mr. Jerry, family land is one of the riskiest category if not handled properly. So just know that one signature is never enough. If you are interested in land banking or you want to access to verified land opportunities like we discussed, you can reach out to us at Tessie Home or at Advocate Realty and Global Services. We'll guide you based on your budget and goals. Emphasis on the budget and goals. I mean, we have everything that we need, from the beginner to the advanced, or to the people that have the big capital to go into it. It doesn't matter if you are in Nigeria or if you are diaspora or new to real estate. We got you covered. See you on the next topic.